This is YouTube exam practice 14 at 80 words per minute. The passage is entitled Police Explain Closing of Lanes Causing Delays on the Motorway. First of all, let's have a look at the words in alphabetical order for quick reference afterwards, starting with the full A, which says after. As you know, it also says able to, and it says ability when it stands alone, also after. So by adding two N's, it becomes afternoon. AR blend next for around, so a word that begins with AR, the next consonant, in this case the N, goes inside the A to denote the R, so ARN and then D. Carriageway is straightforward. Collision using that disjoint N on the T line for shun. Consider making sure the S goes outside the angle to keep the straight stroke straight. Cordon, T's and D's don't join to an upward R. The D's go halfway down, the T will go like an umbrella over the top. Directly, kick the L out of it. Expense, slope the P slightly to make a better X, and then NS, the S can go either side. Frustrating, important to get the difference between the T doubled for R and the single T, and then the disjoined I for ing, S of course outside the angle. Homeward, that chopped W for wood, as well as word, ward and wide, so in this case homeward. Investigate, S outside the angle. Involved. Liaise, just LS, the same as you would write for any simple word like less or lose. Ourselves, using SLS at the end for self or selves. Pressure, when PR comes together, write the P, lift the pen, and the rest of the outline goes through or at the side. Priority, disjoining that R to say ritty at the end of the word. We've done before with majority. Seen, tucking the S inside the CN blend. Through, GH is silent. Understand, we use the little U indicator for under. If we use the full U, it could get confused with over, and in some cases give us a totally opposite meaning. Vehicle and witnesses. In one case I've lifted the N, in the second case I've blended the N in. My preference would be the second one, but either way the S is disjoined for S, vowel S at the end of the word in words like losses, cases, etc. If you go back to the theory, that will remind you of that. Now the word groupings. As we progress, and this is the 14th of the exam practice passages, you'll find that there's a repetition of some of the word groupings. So the first one is a typical example, a lot of. But if we add the H for the, it becomes a lot of the. As soon as. At the end is one we've had before, but of course whatever follows could be joined on. So here it's at the end of a busy. You don't need the of a, at the end busy, and it will make perfect sense in the sentence. Members pub for members of the public. Next time, the T of next also can become the T of time. Now in theory, we don't need a T in time, we can just put the M disjoined, but we may as well join it on. Keeping the pen on saves us a fraction of a second. On the other side and on the other hand, using the O for on, the O for other, and then joining the SD for side, or the H sloped the way the A goes for hand. Some people, when people, intersecting a PL blend for people. Assure you is ASRU, and here we have to assure you, so we're writing to assure you. To do so. Very long time for very long time. We've kicked the L out of it. Following those word groupings, we've got a reminder of some of the special outlines. Accident, emergency, evident or evidence comes under the line. Inconvenience, member, minimum. My own special outline for motorway, which is supposed to depict 3 lanes of a motorway, and NSI for necessary, putting that S outside the angle. The first half. Ready. There were long delays on the motorway on Friday of last week following an accident. At around 5 p.m. on that afternoon, 2 lanes had to be closed between junctions 10 and 11. I am Dave Green and I am a member of the traffic police team. I am here today to assure you that police fully understand that delays such as this cause a great deal of inconvenience. People travelling on that stretch of the motorway were delayed for over 2 hours. That is a very long time to add to a homeward journey at the end of a busy working week. We want to assure members of the public that we always keep lane closures to a minimum, and we do not block them off for the sake of it. I want to help people to understand why we have to close more than 1 lane when, to some people driving through, it does not appear to be necessary. Second half. Ready? When people see a damaged vehicle in lane 1 and 2 lanes are closed, it can be frustrating. There is an inner cordon where the collision took place. Here, the priority is saving lives and the collection of evidence. The outer cordon is where emergency service vehicles arrive and where police liaise with them. There is a great deal of pressure to reopen the motorway, so we have to work very fast, but not at the expense of not doing a thorough job. A lot of the evidence needed to investigate the cause of the accident will be on the carriageway. We have to consider the safety of those directly involved, the witnesses, and ourselves. Next time you find a police cordon in place at the scene of an accident, think of those involved on the other side and be assured all is being done to get you on your way as soon as it is safe to do so.